Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Asịkwa m ka o chiri eze lụ. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good night. It depends your time and your location you are joining us today at Eastern News 24. Asị m ka Chukwu oke abịa ma gozie na anyị n'ife niile nke anyị na-eme. But na nchịkọta ihe niile Biafra will come. Ise, ise, ise. Alright, ngwanụ ka agbapụ na ya ọsọ. Mana before anyị aga n'ihu gosi unu ife anyị were n'ụbọchị nketa, biko achọrọ m iwelu obere oge n'oge unu welu. Biko gee ntị ọfụma. According to the comment anyị na-enweta, some of our bloggers si na-agwa anyị na anyị ka bado na-etinyetu onye ndu clip, onye ndu messages. Yes, ka wee wee ike na-ege ya na falikele ya. So anyị na-ekwe n'unu nkwa n'ụbọchị nketa that na anyị ewetago as many clip as we can. Mana anyị ga na-agba mbọ everyday na anyị ga na-drop one audio clip of onye ndu na our channel. Akwụ na aghọta. So kaba na arụ na-esoro anyị oge niile. I ga drop onye ndu messages, formal messages, not formal ones, so that it will help to build hope for Biafrans and also to unite Biafrans because of ife ka anyị na-azọ. Alright, nwanne ka anyị gazie n'ife anyị wee n'ụbọchị nke taa. Ya bụ audio clip anyị na-eje n'ugbu a bụ leader BNL. Biko gee ntị ọfụma n'ife o nwere ike ịgwa anyị. And kabakwa na-alụ ka ị comment ya on the comment section below after ka ị gesi ya bụ audio clip ijere igwe ugbu a. Alright,
you said they want to negotiate because they were talking of negotiation. The federal government for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. I will not come out and they want to decide. I'm not hearing directly from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I believe they are. I won't come out and I'll mind my business. So where have you seen me begin to gossip? Talk about when I make a close or call because I'm not in your camp. You come and start all sorts of abuses. For IPOB, you don't even know. You don't even know the history. You don't even know the history. Those that were there from 2012. Those that were there, that are no longer there. And I suppose give me big respect. Big respect. All of you. Because you don't know anything about IPOB. You are just there reading online, social media, jumping up and down, attacking people that are bigger than you. That are bigger than you. Ever since, right from time, I've been minding my business. Because I don't want issues, as you see me so. I don't want issues. There are some ESN members, never wanted to say this. They have fracas in Rivers State. They came and met me. That was November last year. I was in Rivers State. They came and met me with 2 buses. I received them. We had to schedule a meeting because they complained some certain things, how the saboteurs among them, how they had problem and whatever. I don't want to begin to mention some of their key officers' names because you may know them, so they will not know those. After like 2 weeks, they invited me. I went for the meeting. They were pleading with me to talk to Mazi Simon Ekpa. I never told Simon, even till now, telling me how they invaded their camp in Rivers State. And they mentioned some names of their commanders that betrayed. And they mentioned some names of the so-called DOS commanders or whatever that are also collecting money from Mazi Simon Ekpa. They will collect money from Mazi Simon Ekpa. Come and tell them that they are working with Simon. They are also working with DOS. They will still go and collect money from DOS. They told me, I didn't tell Simon, I only told Madam Azuka. And she tried to fix a meeting. the opposite side, they were trying to make that meeting not to work. So I told them that I cannot front myself in ESM matter because I don't want trouble. Not be tomorrow. Somebody will say, "I'm going to go scatter ESM for River State." For River State, I told them the only thing I will do, because I know Simon is very busy. I know he's very busy, so I had to relate that issue to Madam Azuka. I had to relate it to her. And these boys keep worrying me. They keep disturbing me. They keep disturbing me. They keep disturbing me. Anytime I come to River State, they will send they will come and meet me to be pleading with me. I should talk to Simon. I should tell them about that. So that is for you to know that there's some criminals in this struggle. You don't know what is happening. You just come on Facebook, begin to rap, blah 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 blah. You write nonsense. The ESM members, do you know them? Do you know them? Do you know them? Do you know them? They met me, I advised them. I told them if they can't work together in the states, they can have their separate camps. They can have their separate camps. That was my advice. And the person who is collecting money, I don't want to mention his name. Maybe I will soon mention his name. Collecting money from autopilot. He will still go again, go behind and collect from DOS and running one ESN camp. That is why they are sabotaging and killing themselves. They will sabotage themselves and lead the enemy to invade their camps because they are not sincere. They are not sincere. When I heard it, when they told me this particular person that was leading their command there, I never believed until money was released. I knew when money was released to this particular person in River State. One of our brothers who was in charge, I told him about these people. They met him too. Then he said they will release money to their general organ. So he would disburse the money. He went to a meeting. They now fixed a meeting. Before that money was sent, they fixed a meeting, ESM meeting. He came to the meeting and told them that he is working with DOS. He's working with DOS. By then, DOS have given him money. He has collected money. After a week, again, they recorded it. They sent it to me. After a week again, by then, autopilot have released money to him. He came back, told them that he's now working with Simon. That is now working with Simon. And they asked him, so how will you now cope now? You are working with that. He's not against you, it's not against Simon. They asked him, how will you now cope? Where are you taking instruction from? Since you are not against Simon, you are not, which is good. But you have to take orders from a particular body. You can't serve two masters at the same time. I reported that issue to that our brother. I don't want to call his name on air. The money when I send, give this man. See, this is what they said he's saying in the meeting. He's collecting from here, setting confusion in River State. And they said they will investigate him. When these boys were disturbing me, I had to call Madam Azuka and told him, those boys are there, able men, they are ready to do anything. Well, see, I saw their spirit. But betrayers among them, Judas among them. So all these things. But I tell them I will not front myself because I don't want issues. Maybe tomorrow say let me go scatter ESM for River State. All those kind of stuff. So I try to avoid issues. So some of you fools who don't even know Air Force that I'm making. You come on Facebook, you begin to insult me, begin to write nonsense because I don't. You have access to your phone. You write nonsense. You just sit there in your house. You are not. You don't belong to any camp. You are not even a member of IPOB. You are just a follower. You are just a follower. How many of you went to that protest in Aba? How many of you that are writing jargons here? How many of you went to that protest in Aba? Did you participate? Did you participate in that protest? You never. You never did. You only used to come and write. Blah, 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 blah. The way you write as if you are even you are part of the men on ground. You write more than those on ground. I have avoided attacking even DOS. I give them their respect. I know they find trouble, unless person find me. Unless you find me. That was why when I was working with Asari and those former DOS, but those former DOS were the ones that called me and linked me up with Asari Doko. We started working. I saw the trick there. I had problem with them. My boys were arrested. They ran away. They ran. My boys were arrested in BIAFRA for something we planned. We planned that in anything that happened that day, and it happened that those that were arrested were my members from Rivers State. Everybody switched phone off. Phew. All those DOS members, former DOS members, they off their phone. Some refused to pick because they've seen the news that those boys have been arrested. So you don't ask them for money. Asari went there, sourced for himself, and left. I took the risk. When the commissioner of police said I must be there, I must come to that office, I went there. They were contemplating moving us to Abuja, me and Asari. Before, I think whether the governor, is it the deputy governor or the governor chief of staff called, they were pleading here and there. They should kill that case. I went there. So that I spent money, not that I just went there. I spent money. I gave the IPO. I gave to some of the police. Because those boys lied that they were not part of the meeting with Asari. And that was the instruction I gave them. Tell the police, in case you are arrested, that you are going for a traditional marriage. And that was what they told them. There was no flag with them, no evidence. But the police knew. They knew they were lying, but no evidence to prosecute them. So when I came there, the commissioner told me, your boys, they said you invited them to a traditional marriage. I said, yes, sir. It's okay, can you take my men to the marriage venue? I said, no problem. And luckily, as I was coming to the station there, at a close by place there, I saw where they were doing traditional marriage. I went at the IPO, assigned some police, they followed me. We went there. If you see me that day, you think that they were my escort. You think that one governor's son come marry ceremony that day. They were behind me, walking. I was walking majestically, moving around at the marriage ground, waving people there. The teacher and our governor Pikin come. Until when I came out, the police said, Oga, we know say no be marriage where you come. No be marriage. As you don't pass a grade, I will expect you to greet at least some family members. I said, why must I greet? Must I greet everybody, individual people that came here? They say, make I leave that thing, make I just settle them, make the video, all these things. The commissioner say, what would they talk not true? I settled them. I went to ATM machine. I withdrew money, I gave them. They sent video to the commissioner and he ordered for their release. At the end of it, they tried to. That was my problem, my issues with Asari and those former DOS members. They ran away. They ran away. But I avoided coming publicly to attack them. I avoided coming publicly. I quickly withdrew from the so-called coalition. Because I don't like to gossip, to come to every time me a person with a blag. I told them I can no longer continue. They are all tricksters. They are all tricksters. That was my issue with them. And Asare, he was shouting and shouting. He was shouting at me the day police came. He was shouting at me that my boys were the one that gave them information to invade the venue. I said, my boys? Did I even know the venue? Me? Did you inform me? Did you inform me? Give me the venue or the address. We were mainly coming by description. If we reach this junction, you tell us, oh yeah, move to this junction. If your PA will be directing us. Because that day I started shouting at the guy, his PA. I started shouting at him. My boys didn't know the venue. When they got to Tombia, I will tell them when they get to Tombia, they will give them another direction. But they were arrested at Welcome to Biafra. They were arrested there. But his own men arrived at early as 5 a.m. They knew the venue. They knew the venue. So when you're in freedom struggle, you don't have trust. That's another thing that kills a struggle. You don't have trust for your colleague. The people you claim you are in alliance with, you don't have trust. How do you move forward? How do you move forward? And later they went out to start taking credit. They started posting online to take credit that they were behind the release of my boys. I said, what? Behind the release? How much did you bring? How much did you bring? I called everybody, they switched their phone off. And you say we're in the same struggle. When bad thing happen, everybody will run. When something happen, everybody will run away. And Asari said he was the one that talked to the commissioner. I said, talk to which commissioner? Me that was there. Me that was there. So if you talk to the commissioner to release them, you know that the commissioner would have told me that Asari has confirmed that he knows these boys. But the commissioner told me, your boys said they were coming for marriage. I said, yes. They want to take credit. You see, that's the problem we have. You didn't contribute any. If I had gone there and they insisted, I would be detained. If they had insisted, I would be detained. China said everybody go find a square root. We have to be sincere in this struggle. Everybody is making effort. Everybody is making effort. That is why it pains me when I see some errand boys come and be writing nonsense. You don't know what we are passing through. You don't know what we are passing through. Maybe you feel we are not doing enough. You come and be writing nonsense. These are one of the things at times when I remember that Biafra incident, I try to calm. When police arrested me in Bakassi, sorry, I'm having a network issue. So that is what I'm saying. A lot of us are wayo people in this trouble. When something happens to your colleague, you will not show concern. It has happened to me, so based on experience, I try to calm down. I try to tell my men, not my followers, there shouldn't be too much pressure. Because when I go in for it, nobody will come out. It has happened to me in Bakassi when I was arrested by the police. By the police. I was left alone. I was left there alone. If not among some senior officers in the state that intervened. I called this person. You know, respond. I called this person. The man, I left his office in Owerri. That came back from London. I left his office to Bakassi. That day I was arrested. I called him. I called him when they granted me bail to send 7,000 naira to somebody naked to come and sign my shorty. He shouted, hey, 7,000 naira is too much. Somebody I left his office in Owerri. He's from Olu. I used to say that thing. I don't know whether he's watching. He has been watching my video. I can never forget that. I can never forget that. So when trouble come, I go carry him alone. I go carry him alone. We have to catch sense. You think only your own group can do it alone, only your own DOS can do it alone. They cannot do it alone. They cannot. And moreover, I'm not seeing the speed in whatever they are doing. I'm not seeing the speed. I'm not seeing the speed. I'm not seeing the pressure. It's as if everybody they are begging the government. You can't beg government unless you are tired of the struggle. You negotiate. And when somebody is trying to ensure, when somebody is trying to keep the struggle alive, at least every day we are appearing in the news. Every day, if you open your TV, you hear about Biafra. Somebody is keeping it alive. You want to crucify him. You want to crucify him because you are not the one in charge as it is. You are not the one in charge. I have said it that any action that will give us Biafra, that is what we want.